am I so glossy? I don't know how this is gonna play out because this thing be tripping on me. What up, Twitch? Welcome. Let's start. Text messages that she like this girl. La la la, what's going on your pre-Friday Eve? Happy Thursday to you. Ooh, one more day to the weekend. I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, waiting for the folks to get on here. I swear, I just hating on yo. Stay hating on me. This video don't got no audio. I cannot hear this. Must not got no audio. So I definitely can't hear it. Hey, Chocolate. Angel Boutique, how are you? You're my first contestant, so welcome. Got another good one today. Another good one. Oh, did that work? Because, baby, I didn't think that was going to work. I was waiting for the audio to pop in. Hey, babe. Chocolate, Angel, and Babe, y'all are my first ones on here. I'm just waiting for the rest of the other folks to catch up, and then we'll get into it. I am so good, Queen. I appreciate you for chiming in on this good pre-Friday Eve. One more day to the weekend. Thanks, love. I'm waiting for these other folks to hop on, because, yeah. IG, we back on this again? Every day, my whole life, I had to struggle. Aw, thank you, lovey. I'm waiting for these people to hop on my IG. I guess because I'm early today. Everybody like, well, she's usually late. But we'll get into it, and then they'll just have to catch up. So a hairstylist was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after a mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being late. So the question today is, who is right and who is wrong in this situation here? Should this hairstylist have been fired for doing this? I'm going to tell you right now, because if I was a mama and she cut my daughter's braids off, it would have been some moving furniture up in that spot, I promise you. Hey, Billy. So this happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. According to Daily Mail, the mother, who's 6 months pregnant, arrived 10 minutes late to their 5 p.m. time slot. After being told they'd have to cough up an additional $25 for service, which was already prepaid, the mother refused. She said, well, your grace period states that late after 10 minutes. I was there at 5:10. The mother claimed at that point an altercation erupted. And in the video, and I wish I could show you guys the video, but we have not upgraded to that part of Twitch yet. In the video, you can see the mother struggling to stop the stylist from using scissors to cut off the daughter's braids before two men stepped in. So, should this hairstylist, hey, Tara, I'm not sure who else is on here. Hey, Black Papa Smoke. We're talking about today a hairstylist. She was fired for basically chopping off an 11-year-old's braids. Hey, mama, after the mother refused to pay the $25 late fee. So this is basically the scenario. I wish I could play this video for you guys, but IG doesn't have that, and I'm not an affiliate on Twitch yet, but we're getting there. So basically, this is how this played out. Hey, Bree, so according to Daily Mail, the mother, who was 6 months pregnant, arrived 10 minutes late to their 5 p.m. time slot. After being told they have to cough up an additional $25 for the service, which was already prepaid, The mother refused. She said, well, your grace period states that I'm late after 10 minutes. I was there at 5:10. The mother claimed at this point an altercation erupted, and again, I wish I could show you guys the video. In the video, you can see the mother struggling to stop the stylist from using scissors to cut off the daughter's braids. So the question today is, who's right, who's wrong in this situation? Should this hairstylist have been fired? Boy, I hate I love my hairstylist, but I hate these damn fees, these extra fees that they be trying to chalk up because they said that's wrong. Because what happens when y'all are late? If I have any hairstylists on here, what happens when y'all late? Y'all not trying to get no money back when y'all late to the party. So and this is something new that they have started implementing, these hairstylists. If you're late, it's a $25 fee or whatever the fee that they charge. Because some hairstylists do charge a fee if you're late. I get it. Or some of these hairdressers or hairstylists are now requiring you to book a deposit. I have one hairstylist who does my natural hair. I love her. She said she had to go to that because, it's people making appointments and then not showing up. And she's like, I could have booked another appointment. So I understand it, but I don't understand it. Hey, Ra. Tara said, yeah, she should be fired. And who the hell just cuts a kid's hair off? 10 minutes isn't late. Well, I guess that she has that in her booking policy. But baby, again, I have to say to these hairdressers, like, what happens when y'all late? Y'all ain't giving up no money back. So I don't like that policy. I just think it's an unfair policy when it comes to hairdressing. I love y'all, but again, because what happens when y'all late? Or what happens when I get there and I'm on time and you can't take me right away? I'm just saying, and I got to sit there and wait for you to get up to speed. Like, should I get some bread back for that? And nowadays, these hairdressers off the chain. They don't even want to wash your hair no more. They want you to come to the salon with your hair already washed and blue dried out. Like, what happened to y'all in that service? I missed that part of the service. Mama said she should have got her right. Mama, I'm with you on that. Because had she cut my daughter's hair, baby, it would have been some moving furniture up in that place. And I wouldn't have been playing no games about it. Because you just don't cut somebody's hair. You know what I'm saying? Because they're 10 minutes late, and I can't either confirm nor deny whether she was 10 minutes late or what this lady's policy is. But she was fired. Because again, you can't just cut folks' hair off. They say it's just $25. Yeah, it's just $25. Yeah. But my daughter hair, yeah. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me do this break real quick. On the way in 7 minutes. Are we still mad at Snoop? Because he's working on something I got to tell you about coming up in 7 minutes right here on 98.7 KISS, the best R&B. Yeah, had she cut my hair, I'm with you, Mama. It would have been some moving furniture. And yeah, it's just $25. But I mean, I get why hairdressers have these things in place, but I don't get why they have these things in place, especially this late fee, because let's be real, some of y'all don't be showing up on time to y'all hair appointments. Some of you hairdressers, I'm just gonna be real about it. And then, if you do show up on time, sometimes you gotta sit there. You know what I'm saying? So you're not taking me immediately. Should I get some money back for that? So I don't know. I think she should have went about this a little bit differently, handled this a little bit differently. I don't, that at the end of the day, that girl is 11 years old. If it was a problem that should have been taken up with the mother, it shouldn't have been taken out on this child. So I think she was wrong in that aspect. But if the mother was late, you were late, boo. And it clearly, and I can't say clearly because I haven't seen this woman's, because, hairdressers, they have like, what is it called? The word I'm trying to, hairdressers, they have things that they have rules before you get there. They lay out, okay, these are the salon rules. If you arrive 10 minutes late, it's going to be this. If you're 30 minutes late, your appointment is going to be canceled. You can't reschedule. If you book a hair appointment with a deposit, you don't get that deposit back. I get the deposit thing. I definitely get the deposit thing because I know there's probably a lot of folks that schedule hair appointments and then don't show up to hair appointments. But baby, I've been suckered by some hairdressers before. I put money down for a deposit. Hey Loso, I put down money for a deposit and I never got my bread back. Especially it was one girl who was doing my twist and she was real good. And then so happened she texted me. I don't even know if it was the night before. I believe it was the morning of the hair appointment and told me she could not service me. And guess what? I did not get back my deposit from her. And I could have went to the bank, but I was just like, you know what? It ain't even worth me going to the bank or whatever and trying to figure this, trying to get the money back. But if I have any new folks on here, a hairstylist was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after the mom refused to pay the $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. So, was that salon justified in firing her? Yay or nay? And was this hairdresser out of pocket for cutting off this 11-year-old's hair? Hey, Pure Power. For cutting off this 11-year-old's hair, just because somebody's late to the appointment does not give you the right to cut off folks' hair. Yeah, petty. They said petty. My thing is, I think, and this is just my opinion, you hairdressers, you might get mad at me, you stylists, but maybe you need to come up with something different. Because I know, like I said, I have hairdressers and hairstylists. They not always on time to their hair appointments. I'm just going to be real about the situation, And to sit there and put a fee, a late fee in your thing, and you are late yourself, or I get there and I got to sit and wait for you to get to me when you got 15, 20 other people ahead of me. I don't feel like that's right. And then I got gripes with some of you hairstylists. And then some of y'all don't even wash or blow dry the hair anymore. You want me to come there with my hair already washed and blow dry. Like, what kind of shenanigans is that? What am I paying for? I thought that was a part of the process. But not no more. These hairdressers now, you don't come with your hair washed and blow dried, they want to charge you extra. And I'm just like, when did we get to this point where y'all are now charging extra to do what you're supposed to do as a hairstylist? I'm just saying, I don't know. I wish I had a hairstylist on here who could answer these questions because, I need some answers. Babe said money should have beat. Yeah, mama should have, she should have whooped and dragged. Because, again, if this hairstylist would have attempted to cut my daughter's hair, baby, it would have been some moving furniture up in that place. Moving furniture. Because you don't do no mess like that. You don't just cut somebody's hair because they was late and she refused. You call the police. So I had a crazy situation too. I got my hair done by some Africans in Georgia, right? And these heifers, because my hair was longer at the time, did not braid my hair down to where my hair was. They halfway braided it. I'm like, I'm not paying for this. You didn't even do what you were supposed to do. And they was like, no, we asked you if you wanted it all the way down. Yeah, all the way down to where my hair stops, not where you think. So I was about to leave the show. And these African women bogarted me, and then they called the police, and the police like, oh, well, you got to pay. And I'm like, well, why should I have to pay for a service if they didn't do what they were supposed to do with the service? And he was like, it's like if you go to McDonald's and you eat the burger and the burger's not good, you still got to pay. I was like, that's bullshit. Anyway, hold on. The best R&B 98.7 Kiss, TT Parker in your middays on your pre-Friday Eve. Happy Thursday to you. Almost the weekend. Just hang in there. You got this. I promise you. All right. So are we still mad at Snoop? Question mark. Because he's getting ready to drop a biopic. It's officially in the works under a new NBC Universal deal. So the question is, once this drop, will you be watching? I don't know. I'm still kind of agitated with Snoop, so I don't know if I'm going to be watching this. But I do love me some Snoop, so maybe I might reconsider. But let me know how you feel about this. Hit me up on IG at IamDeeDee Parker. That's IamDeeDee Parker. More on the way. It's 98.7 Kiss. All right, y'all. I got some new folks. Hey, new folks. Hey, Pure Power. Hey, The Real Major Beads. Hey, Ms. D. We are talking about today a hairstylist. She got fired for basically cutting off the braids Hold on, let me go back because I want to make sure I tell the story right. For cutting off the braids after her mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. The lady was 10 minutes late. If I do that, it's not. So, according to reports, Daily Mail, the mother, who I guess was 6 months pregnant, arrived 10 minutes late to the 5 p.m. time slot after being told she would have to cough up an additional $25 for the service, which was already prepaid. The mother refused, right? So, well, I'm sorry, I'm reading. Well, her grace period states, this is what the mama is saying. Well, the grace period states that I'm late after 10 minutes. I was there at 5:10. So does that make her late if the grace period says you're late after 10 minutes and she came at 5:10? That means she was almost late, but she wasn't late. Major Beats, you said you can't hear me? Of course, because I swear it be messing up. Hold on. That might be why nobody is on my IG. I'll be right back. That's why I don't like IG. Yeah. I'm coming back. Because, alright, I'm going to have to. Sorry for my folks on Twitch. I'm going to have to give these folks a couple weeks, 2 more weeks to get on my Twitch because I'm not going live on IG anymore. I just refuse. I'm annoyed with IG. So I'm going to let these folks know if you're not on Twitch, we will not be doing IG live anymore. I apologize. Wholeheartedly, I do, but I cannot continue with IG. Mama said, yeah, I couldn't hear you on IG. That's because IG, whenever I get a phone call, it mutes it out for whatever reason. So I have no idea. But I'm going to have to give these folks on IG 2 weeks to get acclimated because I'm not going to probably go live on IG anymore. I just don't want to do it because, yeah, just too much. They need to work on their stuff. So I'm waiting for these folks to get back on IG. I know what I'm probably going to have to do with IG. I'm going to have to turn my phone all the way off and then turn it back on because that's how goofy this shit is on IG. And it interrupts the whole stream when I got to do this. But yeah, I would have had to fight that mama though. Because especially if my daughter's hair was long, because you just cutting braids. Do you even know where the hair starts and ends? Child, no. We not doing none of that. I would have had to fight this woman. So she better be lucky that fire was the only thing that happened. Because, baby, what is we doing? Hold on, y'all. But yeah, this is crazy. Again, I just think hairdressers need a better way of, because this is not the first incident where a hairdresser, because it was another incident where the girl, she didn't want to pay and tried to walk out and the girl dragged her. And then they was trying to drag the girl who dragged the girl because she was young. And like, boo-boo, for you know what you do. That's all I got to say. For you know what you do. So you get out of pocket, then you don't want to pay me. And then people was dragging her. And I'm like, nah, you dragging the wrong person. That girl didn't want to pay. I don't give a damn how old she is. Because me, I probably would have told her, call your mama. Because I'm going to whoop somebody. Somebody gonna get their ass whooped today for playing with me. But I got some new folks on Twitch. We're talking about a hairstylist. Yes, Classic C Gems. I have to get everybody acclimated to Twitch because I just cannot stream on IG. It'd be doing too much. So we're going to do a 2-week countdown, Classic C Gems, and get everybody converted over to Twitch. And those who can convert over, and those who don't want to convert over, then I appreciate y'all, for joining me on IG Live. I just can't do IG Live no more because it just, it cut up. And we're going to see who hop back on here. Because I just had to shut my computer all the way off, shut it down. I mean, not computer, but my phone, to get back onto IG So this is a mess. Anyway, so for the new folks on here, again, we're talking about a hairstylist who was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after her mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. So according to Daily Mail, the mother, who was 6 months pregnant, arrived 10 minutes late to their 5:10 appointment slot. After being told they had to cough up an additional $25 for the service, the mother refused, saying, well, your grace period states that I'm late after 10 minutes. I was there at 5:10. The mother claimed at this point an altercation erupted. And in the video, you can see the mother struggling and blah, 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 blah. And the rest of the blah, 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 blah. Should this woman have been fired? Should this woman have been fired? Or, did the mama and the hairstylist just do too much? I think the hairstylist did too much. I get it. You want your $25. They were late and you have a policy. Because yes, most hairdressers do have a policy. When you go to them, I know with my hairdressers, you can't be more than 10 minutes late. Or it's 10 or 15 minutes late. I'm not 100% sure. You can't be more than 10 or 15 minutes late. And if you are 30 minutes late, your appointment is, I think, automatically canceled. And then if you decide you, like, on the day of the appointment, need to reschedule, I think he charges a rescheduling fee. So, and then my thing about these hairdressers, too, child, y'all and y'all fees and y'all policies, it's okay when y'all do it. It's a problem when we do it. Because, let's be real, I'm be real, because my hairdressers, yes, they show up late to the party. Yes, they do. They show up late to the party, which I'm cool with it. But my thing about it is, hey, gorgeous, how are you charging somebody a fee for being late and you late yourself? Or how are you charging people a fee for being late and I get there and I'm on time and you got 5 other people in front of me, that you servicing? Should I not get some bread back for that? I'm just saying, should I not get some money back for that? Hey, gorgeous, I'm on Twitch and here. This is my second alternative. But should I not get some bread for that? So we're talking about today, a hairstylist was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after a mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late to the party. And I'm saying that, she was definitely out of pocket. Definitely out of pocket for cutting somebody's hair. Yeah, you don't do no mess like that. If anything, the mom was there, you should have took that up with the mama. You don't take that out on an 11-year-old little girl. She, you know what I'm saying? That the mama doing. The mama don't want to pay the $25 late fee. So I don't know, hairstylists, boy, nowadays, they ain't like these old hairstylists. I miss when hairstylists used to wash and blow dry your hair. Now they want to charge you extra for that. Gorgeous said, absolutely. Now they want to charge you extra for that, to wash and blow dry your hair, child. They want to charge you a $25 deposit to come see them. Some even more. So, I don't know. Mama said, and Trey said, hey, mama, they triple book and make you wait. We should get a discount for waiting. We should get something for waiting. I think so. Or something or a discount, half off if you're late. I think so. I think that's the right thing to do. Y'all want to have these policies in place for your consumers, but what about when you're the one at fault? What are you doing? To compensate your people when you're slacking? I'm just saying. And I wish I had some hairstylists on here who could talk, baby. I wish my hairstylist would come on here, but I know he probably at work, child. He probably would be like, Didi, get off my line. Get off my line. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta do this break real quick. The June Fest weekend experience with Master P and the No Limit Soldiers. June 27th, and I got your chance at a pair of tickets coming up at the top of the hour, so keep it close. It's 98.7 Kiss, the best R&B you already know. Good afternoon. All right, I'm back, y'all. I don't know. I just think, boy, this day and age with hairstylists, we just live in a different world. Like I said, I remember when your hairstylist, you could go to the hairstylist and they would wash and blow dry your hair. They not doing that no more. They not washing your hair. They want you to come with that hair washed and blow dry. And if you do not, they want to charge you extra for it. Mama said she should be sued for cutting her hair, emotional distress. I wonder if she will have a case for cutting her hair, or will that mama file criminal charges? Because again, you can't just go around cutting folks' hair. You can't do that. So yeah, strange, but she absolutely should have been fired. Again, that didn't have nothing to do with that girl. I understand you did a service. I understand that. But instead of maybe cutting her hair, I would have, and see, we probably are about to get off IG. Hey, baby Barack. I don't know if you can hear me, baby Barack. Let me know if you can hear me, baby Barack. Give me a thumbs up, because I just got a call. And I'm going to have to come up off of IG live, because it's not, like I said, I can't do it no more. Baby Barack, let me know if you can hear me. And Gorgeous, if you're still there, if you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, give me the thumbs up. Okay, thanks. So we are talking about today, a hairstylist, Baby Brock, was fired, and Gorgeous, if you're still there, was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after a mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. So, according to Daily Mail, the mother, who was 6 months pregnant, arrived 10 minutes late to the 5 p.m. time slot after being told they had to cough up an additional $25 for the service, which was already prepaid. The mother refused. I think she should have handled this a little bit differently, the hairdresser, because why did you wait until you rendered the service to tell the mom that she was going to have to pay an additional $25? Okay, thank you, Gorgeous, that she was going to have to pay an additional $25. You should have probably, before that service was rendered, you should have told that mama, like, look, here, y'all was 10 minutes late, so get what? You going to have to pay this additional money. It's going to be $25 additional for you being late. And I wish I could show you guys the video. Again, I'm waiting to get my affiliation or whatever on Twitch, and then we can go from there. Babe said, was it her hair or like the weave, or I'm sure she ain't cut her real hair, right? I don't know, because some braids are tricky. I was telling a story of, I had an altercation with some Africans when I got my hair braided, because I'm from New York originally, and New York and when I was living in Georgia, completely different when it comes to hair braiding, which is why I stopped getting my hair braided. Yeah, Gorgeous girl, get on there. I'm on Twitch now. Go on, Gorgeous. Sign up, girl. So I can follow you. So when I was at the African spot, like I was saying, New York, Georgia, completely different when it comes to hair braiding, right? New York, you tell them what they want, they do exactly what you want, and they have common sense and know to braid your hair all the way down. Georgia, baby, if you don't tell them folks to braid your hair all the way down, they are going to stop braiding your hair in the middle. And it does not matter if your hair is longer than where they braided at, they're going to stop in the middle unless you tell them to braid all the way down. So I made the mistake of not telling the woman, hey, Super Pat, I made the mistake of not telling the woman that she needed to braid my hair all the way down, because I have natural hair. And if you leave my hair out, like with the it's going to poof up. So I'm like, nah, this isn't right. Like, you need to fix this. She was like, oh no, if you want your hair braided, because your hair is longer, if you want your hair braided all the way down, you're going to have to pay extra. I said, I'm not paying extra for nothing, because that was not what was discussed or whatever. So she was like, well, we're not going to do it. She's like, I'm not going to do it. I said, okay, no problem. I'm not about to pay you no money then. So her and another African tried to gang up on me, right? I was trying to leave up out of there, right? But they would not let me leave, and ended up calling the police, and the police ended up coming. Oh my gosh, these people. Hey, Super Pat. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I just got another phone call. I get these telemarketers. They call me all day long. Anyway, so I was trying to leave, and they bogarted me. They would not let me leave the hair braiding shop, right? And then they called the police. So the police get there, and I'm explaining the situation. I'm like, no, I'm not paying for the service because they didn't render the service that I asked them for. And they was like, oh no, you still got to pay, because that's like if you go to McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger and the cheeseburger isn't to your liking, does that mean you still don't gotta pay? I said, I would hope, I would think so, that I would want my money back or something. He's like, no, that's not how that works. You have to pay them, or yeah, I'm gonna have to take you to jail. So I ended up paying extra because I was like, I can't walk around looking like this. And I noticed what hairdressers are doing now. I know, Super Pad. I know. I got some stories. I noticed what hairdressers are doing now is doing these policies. So I know I have two hairdressers, that my old faithfuls, that I rely on, that I go to on a consistent basis. I have a guy and I have a girl. She does my natural, he does my wigs. Um, and I know she has a new rule, but I've been going to her for forever, so she doesn't charge me like that $25 booking fee. Super bad, I apologize. We are talking about a hairstylist was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after a mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. So the question today is, was it justified for her being fired? Was she wrong? Absolutely, I think she was wrong. And should the mom have just paid the $25 late fee? So those are all the questions we're talking about. What are your thoughts on this? I said there would have been some moving furniture up in the spot if she would have touched my daughter's hair, because you just don't cut folks' hair off. And I was getting ready to say, I noticed what a lot of hairdressers are doing. When folks don't want to pay, they are willing to take your hair out. And I don't think that's probably the smartest thing to be doing. Like, I don't think you should be touching on folks, afterwards. Call the police, you know what I'm saying? Or figure something else out. I just don't think that's the way to go about it, you know. And um I was saying, these hairdressers now, they do have these policies in place where they charge you a $25 what is it? What is it he charges? A deposit is what it's called. A $25 deposit fee to hold your appointment. And then if you're late, I'm not sure what his late. Hey Tara, I'm not sure what his late fee is if you're late, but I think it's like $25. And if you're late over 30 minutes, then your appointment is canceled and you will have to reschedule it for another day with another $25 deposit. But my thing about it is, what happens when a hairdresser is late? Or what happens when I get there and you got a head full of heads ahead of me and I got to sit there and wait on you? And I'm with mama. I should get some sort of discount. I just think, everything is in the favor of the hairdresser and nothing is in the favor of the consumer. Some of you hairdressers don't even want to wash hair no more. You don't want to wash. You don't want to dry. I just feel like that's laziness. Like, what happened to that part, of giving good service? Want me to come with my own hair wash. That takes the joy out of me going to the hairdresser. Maybe I like getting my hair washed by somebody else. Super Pat said, don't mess with my kid. Kid was innocent. And Super Pat said, true. Yeah, I just, again, think that is something she shouldn't have took out on this little girl, because she's a little girl at the end of the day. Super Pat said, glad I'm not a woman. Shall be glad, because, yeah. But I'm not sure if barbers are now. Well, I don't think barbers charge y'all a $25 deposit. Do they? Do y'all have to pay? I don't think y'all pay a deposit when y'all go to the barber shop. But then again, I could be wrong. But yeah, some of these hairdressers out of pocket now, chill. I love y'all, but some of y'all out of pocket, chill. And I get the $25 deposit because I'm sure it was a lot of folks booking appointments, and then not coming to their appointments, so you're missing out on money. You're like, well, damn. I booked this appointment. They canceled. Now I'm missing out on money because you canceled. So at least with the $25, they're getting something out of the deal. So I get that part. But I don't know who came up with this, because chill. Super Pet said, glad I'm not a woman. I'm bald. Tara said, barbers are just show up, right? Do they make appointments? I think he makes appointments to his barbershop appointments. Mama said, and he take all day to do your hair. Leave Malcolm alone, but he does a great job with them wigs. He's my wig slayer. Super Pat said, nah, yes, they make a point. Oh, so they do make appointments here, barbers. Baby Rock said, that's definitely an ass kicking situation. Plus, it could have been criminal assault charges. Right. That's why I'm like, this mama, she probably should have handled it a little bit differently as well. The mama, she probably should, both of them should just call the police and let the police handle it. And then the police would have told, no, you can't cut her hair. And probably told her, like, yo, you got to pay the 25. Or they might have been like, you know what, this is a civil matter, so y'all are going to have to take this up in civil court. I don't know, But I have noticed, a lot more hairdressers taking matters into their own hands when it comes to their clients. Like if a client is refusing to pay, like the last young lady where she dragged the other young lady because she didn't pay. And then she got dragged because the young lady was, I think, 15, whatever age she was. And the girl was 18, 19, but she didn't pay her. So, but then that's when I'm like, get your mama on the phone, get whoever you need to get on this phone, because baby, somebody about to get dragged. Or I'm just going to call the police and have y'all locked up. Baby, I don't have no problems calling the police. I will call the police on you. Okay. So I just feel like hairdressers, maybe that is not the best idea for you to take matters into your own hands because, then it results in, they got into a whole physical altercation over $25. $25. So again, was it worth it? Probably not, because now this hairdresser is out of a job, but I'm sure she'll go to another braiding shop because they have so many braiding shops as there is. So, if I have any new folks on here, man of purpose, hey, I'm talking about a hairstylist that was fired for chopping off an 11-year-old's braids after mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. What are your thoughts on that? Should this woman had been fired? Was the mother wrong? The mother and her, what she's saying in her defense is that she wasn't technically late. In this woman's policy, the policies says that anything after 10 minutes is an additional $25. The mother is saying she got there at 5:10. So my question to y'all is that late because she got there at 5:10? Or was she right on time? Because in my opinion, she was right on time. 5:11 means I'm late. Hey, Joe. 5:11 means I'm late. 5:10 means I'm right on time. Joe and everybody else, if I have any new folks on IG, hairstylists fired for chopping off 11-year-old's braids after mom refused to pay a $25 late fee for being 10 minutes late. So I'm asking what your thoughts are on this situation. I said it would have been some moving furniture up in that spot, but I just feel like hairstylists nowadays got a lot going on with them. And these policies to me, some of them are out of pocket. The $25, deposit I get because folks do cancel on y'all, and you're in your head like, had this person not cancel, I probably could have got some money some elsewhere. So I get that, but $25 for being 10 minutes late, like for real? Baby Rock said, glad we guys don't have these problems. We show up, get cut, drop 40 and bounce. Is it only still just $40 to get your hair cut now? I might just cut my hair off, yeah. It's like, Mama said I would have said no problem, no tip. And kept it moving. No problem, no tip. And then I'm sure you read the policy. But the question is, was she late though? Because if she's saying she got there at 5:10, and if her policy says anything after 10 minutes, was she late though? I'm just asking. Hold on one second. Let me do this break. Quickly. The best R&B 98.7 Kiss, Dee Parker, and I got your chance right now to pick up a pair of tickets to check out Master P and the No Limit Soldiers reunion at 987kiss.com. Was that late though? Because if her policy says anything after 10 minutes is considered late, and she got there at 5:10, was she late though? Is the question. Was she late? I'm waiting for y'all to respond. Let me see. Mama said 5:10 is just being greedy for money. So Mama, you are in agreement. She was right on time. She was right on time. Because if it was 5:10, she was right on time. She might be, everybody out here, let's be real, is pressed for some money. Okay, everybody. Super Pat said, was she a regular? Then no. I'm not 100% sure because it doesn't give all the deets on whether she was a regular. She probably wasn't. Because normally when I get my hair braided, I don't normally go to the same person to get my hair braided. But I did have a girl who was surgical with them 2-strand twists, and I need me another person who is surgical with them 2-strand twists. Cause baby. But yeah. I'm sorry, y'all, cause these folks stay calling on my damn line. Baby Rock said CPT gotta do better. So Baby Rock, you said CPT, and I hope you can still hear me. On IG, you said color people time. So you think she was late? You're saying she was late. I'm just trying to clarify that. You're saying she was late. Joe said, wow, the word is after, not at. I'm sorry. The word is after, not at. Who? I'm sorry, Joe. Who are you correcting? Just curious. Who? Joe. And I say whatever I want to. This is my podcast. Boop. Anyway, Mama said, yeah, she has that grace period. If you don't want to honor it, don't give that grace. And then Baby Barack said, yes, she was a few minutes late. So you think she was late, Baby Barack? You think she was late? I say she was right on time. I say she was right on time. That's what I said. She was right on time. Mama said he is saying she arrived at 5:10, not after. Oh, okay, I couldn't understand what he was saying. Thank you, Joe. Wow, the word is after, not at. He was saying the word is after, not at. I know what the word is, Joe. So thank you. But I got what you were saying. He was saying that the grace period, you don't mind. Where am I at, Mama? He was saying that she arrived at 5:10, not after. No, I was reading what it said on here. And it said she arrived. Let me go back to what it said. She said, I was there at 5:10. At 5:10. So, Joe, you didn't answer the question, Joe. So, you corrected me, but you didn't answer the question. Joe, was she late or was she not late? Because she arrived, the mama said she arrived at 5:10. So, was she late or was she not late? Baby Rock said, CPT is technically being late, but you know how we do. Super Pad said she was not late. Okay. Joe said she wasn't late. If she got there at 5:10, I feel the same way. If she got there at 5:10, she wasn't late. If she got there at 5:10. But if she got there after 5:10, Joe, if she got there after 5:10, then she was late. But again, I have been, because baby, I'll be the first one to tell you, Dee Dee is the latest person. I pray to God and I thank God because I've gotten a lot better. But baby, back in the day, oh yeah, I was guaranteed to be late. So, Mama said her appointment is at 5 p.m., but she's allowed a 10-minute grace. So she wasn't late. Super Fast said, I'm only charging if she don't tip, right? Well, Mama was saying, I'll pay the $25, but that means you're not getting a tip. That's what Mama was saying. Like, okay, I'll pay the $25, but that means you're not going to get a tip. I'm not paying the $25. I'm going to be real with you. Because if I got there at 5:10, that means I'm not late. Late according to whose standards? I'm not paying. I'm not paying the $25. So I'm with this mama. I'm not paying. If I got there, but that's only if this mama is telling the truth. I don't know if this mama really got there at 5:10. Maybe it was 5:10 on one of her watches. One of her clocks. Because they say a clock, whatever the saying is. Anyway. Mama said I was 30 minutes late because of traffic. My hairdresser didn't charge me. Right, because sometimes stuff happens. But I don't know all of the details because I don't know if this is a regular. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if she's a regular customer. you know, because I go to a woman who does my hair, my natural hair, and she now charges a deposit fee, but not for her older customers, you know, so because I'm a regular, she doesn't charge me. So I don't know. I just think, you know, if this is a regular customer, maybe you have some sort of leniency, you know, and if this she's a first time offender and not a repeat offender, then yeah, have some grace. Superbad said, "What amount do you normally tip?" It depends on how much I gotta pay. So, like I said, I have a guy who does my wigs, and then I have a woman who does my natural hair. If she charges me, because she's the bomb at what she does with this natural hair. If she charges me like 100, I may give her $10, $15. I don't know. 10, 15. That's the most I'm giving. 10, 15. Or if my guy who does my wigs, you know, he charges 150 to install the wig. And these could be just DD's prices. He charges 150 to install the wig. And whatever others. So if he charges 150 to install the wig, I usually will give him I tip him about $20 because he goes above and beyond. So that's why above and beyond, like he does my makeup, all of that. So I'll give him like a $15-$20 tip because he's done all of that for me. But normally like $10-$15. When you guys are getting your hair done, are you tipping? And what are you usually tipping? And Superpat just asked, what is the amount do you normally tip? And Baby Barack said, I don't tip my barber. Babe, do you tip your barber? I'm not sure if he's still on here. Do you tip your barber when you go? Superpat said, really no tip, Baby Barack. Superpat said, really no tip, Baby Barack? And Mama said, $20 tip if it's good. Yeah, $20 if they're good. It depends on the service for me. But you know what my gripe has been with these hairdressers? I feel like a lot of them have gotten lazy. Like they require all of this extra stuff now with these policies and this and that, but they're not providing anything extra with their services. Matter of fact, some of them are scaling back their services. And what I'm talking about is like I only my natural hair girl I can go because she's gonna wash it, she's gonna condition it, she's gonna blow dry it. But my wig guy, no, I can't show up to him and not have my hair washed and blow dried. Because if it ain't, oh yeah, first of all, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to hear about it the whole time I'm there. But I know for his newer customers now he charges extra. And I've noticed that some hairdressers now charge extra if you want your hair washed and blow dried. Like, why? I need to get a hairdresser. I need to know why. I seriously need to know why y'all do that. Why is that an extra fee? It's not like you doing no extra work than you was doing before. So why is that got to be an extra fee? Superpass said, I'm adding it in like restaurant if I'm a Barbara. I know that's right. You want to make sure you get your gratuity, huh? Baby Rock said, not necessarily. Been dealing with him for 15 years, so I get that pass. Plus, I brought him a lot of business. Okay. Well, you and him have that relationship. See, I have a relationship with both my hairdressers, and I still make sure that I tip them. I don't know. I just, I want to make sure I take care of them because 9 times out of 10, those people that work, hairstylists, that ain't they shop. They don't own that shop, so they got to pay booth rent, you know? So whatever services they render, I'm sure from me is going towards whatever they got to pay for booth rent and whatever else. So I want to make sure that they have a little something extra. And that's just my philosophy. But if it's a new person and then you hit me with these policies and you talk about what you ain't doing, you not washing hair, you not blow dry, yeah, your tip is going to be a little bit less. Because I just feel like, as a hairdresser, why is that not a service that you automatically provide? I'm just curious. I went and got my hair braided recently. And clear as day in her policy, she says, be sure you come with your hair washed and blow dried out before you come here. Because if you do not, Hey, positivity wins. Because if you do not, it's an additional fee. So, I mean, these hairdressers, they have their policies put out and in place. Like I said, both of my hairdressers charge a $25 deposit fee. It's $25 if you want to come see them. And no, it's non refundable. You don't get that money back unless something happens to them. I was telling you guys another story where I was going to get my two strand twist. And the morning I was getting ready to go get my damn two strand twist, the girl called and said she was having her baby. Guess what I was out of? My deposit. Guess what I never got back? My deposit. So I don't know. Hairdressers, if you hear me, I need you to hear me. I understand the policies. I understand the $25 deposit fee, because if somebody cancels on you, then you out of money. I get that. But all these other policies that you guys got in place, like coming with your hair, I just think that is utterly, absolutely ridiculous. And when did we get to this point? And why do you guys do that now? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not sitting there asking for a discount when you're late or you can't get to me immediately. So I just think, you got to work with your folks, especially if you got folks who've been coming to you. Work with your folks. Super Pat said, how long does it take to wash hair? 20 minutes? Exactly, Super Pat. I just think, and I love y'all hairstylists, okay? Y'all make the world go round, okay? I just think some of y'all got lazy when it comes to y'all services. A lot of y'all have gotten lazy when it comes to y'all services. Y'all want to do the bare minimum, but you still want to get paid. And why is that? You want to do the bare minimum, but you still want the coins. The math ain't mathing to me. Like I said, some of y'all don't even want to wash and blow dry hair no more. But then you expect to get the same amount of money. No, absolutely not. I don't think you deserve that. Joe said, but we can't charge the stylist when they change the schedule on us. Show can't, Joe. While we need our hair done, that's important to us. Why is it okay for them, but we suffer? Sometimes waiting until next week. Joe, I've been there. Joe, I have been there with. I'm here with you, Joe. I get it. I want to make sure. I get it, Joe. I've been here. I got stories. I got some bad hairstylist stories, child. Hairdresser stories. I had another one. I was getting ready to go to her. She calls me as I'm en route to go to her, and I'm just about to get some braids. And it's usually with these braiders that I usually run into these problems with. I was en route to go get my hair braided, and she calls me like, oh my goodness, I have an emergency. Something came up. I'm going to have to reschedule. Yada, 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 yada. And of course, I'm pissed because you put me down in a position. I done took my hair down. I done washed it, blew dry it. I'm over here looking crazy. And now you telling me you can't service me? And you don't know when you're going to be able to service me because of this emergency? Yeah, I was pissed. When I say I blocked that girl and never called her again after I blocked her. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do? I have an emergency. I said, well, what you want me to do? I can't now get my hair done because of you. So I had to scramble to find another hairdresser. Child, I got stories for days with these hairdressers, okay? Especially some of them African women in Georgia, okay? Them Africans who be braiding in Georgia, child. I got stories with them. But, yeah, I don't know. I love you hairstylists. I love you hairdressers. I just think certain things when it comes to your policies is out of pocket. The late thing I get, but a lot of you, I won't say a lot, some of y'all be late your damn selves. And again, like Joe said, y'all not offering up no and Mama said, y'all not offering up no discount to your customers when you late. Or if I get there and I gotta sit there and wait 2 or 3 hours for you to finish somebody else's head in order for you to take me, that ain't fair to me as a consumer. Because time is money. And I'm over here wasting time waiting for you to do my hair when you're supposed to be ready. And I think a lot of times, I don't know if Mama, you said it, is they overbook. They book so many people, they overbook people. And then, well, Mama, your hairstylist does not do this. I know. But again, I have encountered hairstylists. You get there and you're waiting. Should I get a discount after 10 minutes? It's 10% off, or I gotta sit here, extra long for you to finish my service. I'm not being discounted for that when you told me it was only gonna take X, Y, and Z amount of time. I ain't getting no discount for that. So Mama said, hold on. I had a hairdresser on the day of wasn't I had a hairdresser on the day of tell me it wasn't her specialty, so she didn't want to do it. But you already knew that when I booked the appointment. Right. If it's not your specialty, then why book the appointment? Because some of these hairdressers be trying to try it, child. Like, oh, let me see if I could just make this work. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Don't try to see if you can make this work on my hair, child. You better try to figure something else out, okay? I am not your experimental person. Hold on one second. Game twos last night. Few game twos last night for the first round of the NBA playoffs. The Warriors lost to the Rockets. The Nuggets and the Clippers are all tied up, along with the Heat and Cavs. Some more games tonight. We'll get into it coming up right here on 98.7 Kiss, the best R&B. The Nuggets and the Clippers play tonight for game 3. My fault. I read that wrong. All right. Super Pat, what'd you say? Mama, hold on. But I think as long as all their charges are... Hold on, Super Pat, I got to go back and read this. Hold on, Super Pat. But I think as long as all their charges and up charges are listed as clear, then you don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, they do, because my hairdresser, he has it on his, right, BR? My hairdresser has it on his social media, you know, what his policy is, clear as day. So there is no confusion about, you know, it, but people still be trying. So I get the hairdresser's gripes. I get it. You know, like I said, I understand the $25 deposit thing, because folks will cancel and not think anything about it and go about their day. So I get that. But the late fees, stuff happens. But maybe a late fee for those people who are repeat offenders. You charge them a late fee. You don't do that to your folks who've been with you since day one, been holding you down. I'm just saying. Mama said she canceled and I had an event that day. Oh my gosh. I don't remember that, Mama. Did she? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Bye. Joe said, you're right about the wash part. My barber used to wash my hair afterwards when the prices were cheaper. Now tell me they don't do it no more. They charge extra now along with a higher... What? So your barber was washing your hair, Joe, and then decided, okay, nah, we go. But if you are his existing customer, I would think he would want to keep that service, you know, just because you're an existing customer and you've been 10 toes down with them. I would think that they would want to keep that service. But these hairdressers and hairstylists, they want to get paid. Super Pat said you can choose to use them or not. You can. And Mama said he should be paying you for waiting. Should be up in there all day. But baby, when he lay that wig, ooh, that wig be laid. Baby, you will not get me to divorce Malcolm did it. I love me some Malcolm did it. I'm going to see him in a couple weeks, get this wig did. But, all right. So let's do some final thoughts. It was a good conversation despite IG acting up. All my IGers, I got to give this IG live a couple more weeks because I don't know what is going on. Like, as of lately, this thing on IG has been acting crazy. Like, when I get on here, some folks say they can't even hear me. They can't even see me. So, I'm trying to do this with Twitch and the streaming thing. I'm trying to do the podcasting thing. If you love the streams, if you love the lives, I'm giving this 2 weeks. We'll do a countdown to come up off of here. You don't have to be interactive on Twitch. Just join so you can see the lives. Because in 2 weeks I gotta weed myself off here. Because again, I don't know what's going on. Every day is something different. So Mama said 19 hours later, and Mama knows this because she was at the hairdresser with me. That's why she's speaking on 19 hours. Listen, I will never give up. Malcolm did it, okay? That is his name. That is my hairdresser. That is my wig slayer, my wig whisperer. I will never give him up. Okay? Nobody sleds my wigs like he does. Um, she said 10. Classic said Twix looks and sounds good. Thank you. And then we won't have these interruptions. I don't have to be on a time frame. We only got an hour and then they cutting us off. So if you can, and if you will, be so gracious to follow me on Twitch at IamDeeDee Parker. That's IamDeeDee Parker. Either Twitch, or we're gonna do this on YouTube. Because again, like I said, IG Live is just not giving me what I need. And I feel like they're hating on me even more now. Anyway. All right, let's do some final thoughts. What are our final thoughts about this subject here? Final thoughts, final thoughts, final thoughts. What are our final thoughts? How do we feel about this? How do we feel? How do we feel? Final thoughts, and then we'll wrap this up for today. Thank you, Classic C Gems. You got a question, Joe? Or are you curious about something? Oh, and the Twitch is same handle as this. IamDeeDee Parker. IamDeeDee Parker for Twitch. If you follow me on Twitch. IamDeeDee Parker. Mama said final thoughts be on time and then you won't have to pay the $25. Final thoughts? Going once? Superbad said be nice to your hairstylist. They need to be nice to us too. Go back to washing and blow drying. That's the one thing I missed about y'all. Go back to washing and blow drying. I'm gonna give me a hairdresser on here because I need answers. Why y'all don't wash hair no more? Why y'all think y'all too good to wash hair no more? I just need the answers. Why? Why y'all don't wash hair no more? Why y'all don't want to wash hair no more? Does it take too much time out of your day? I'm just saying. Like Superpad said, how long does washing hair take? It don't even take that long. Joe said, I think you said it all. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but I appreciate you for locking in. Again, we're going to give this 2 more weeks on IG Live. What's today? It's the 24th. So, and I'm going to put up a post too because I cannot. So I would say by the 8th will be the last IG Live. And then everything will be on Twitch. So again, if you can, follow me on Twitch at IamDeeDee Parker. That's IamDeeDee Parker. I'm still trying to figure out if it's going to be Twitch, maybe YouTube. I haven't done a YouTube live yet. I might need to try that out and see how that works. But Twitch is great. I like Twitch. Mama said the customer is always right. And on that note, we will close. Of course, there is no live tomorrow on Friday. Make sure you just, please just follow me on Twitch. Because again, I'm trying to convert my streaming stuff over to Twitch. So you never know when I'm going to be live. Could be live on Twitch Saturday, Sunday. You just never know. But if I don't see you guys, have a great weekend and please be safe. Joe said, CT, home of UConn. I know you. Okay, UConn. The draft is tonight. Who y'all got going first round? They said Shador stunk it up last night, child. He might even go in the second round. Who y'all got going in this first round? I don't know. I don't think the Giants are going to grab Shador now. I'm sick to my stomach. So hard being a Giants fan. And a Knicks fan. I need the Knicks to win tonight, too. Against them damn Pistons. But, I'm sorry, I'm changing this up. We're going to get off here. Didn't that game the other night between the Knicks and the Pistons remind you back when the Knicks and the Pistons used to battle it out? Baby, Barack, am I lying? Baby, the Knicks and the Pistons used to go at it back in the day. When John Starks was on the team and they had Patrick Ewing. Oh, Detroit was nothing to play with. Not Detroit, but the Knicks. The Knicks was nothing to play with, but Detroit had the squad too. Okay. Who was on that squad? I don't want to say the wrong name. Because in my head, I'm thinking about for the Pistons back in the day, in that era. I'm thinking about Rasheed Wallace was on that squad. Boy, the dirty Pistons is what I used to call them. Because them games used to be physical. So I'm looking forward to it tonight, the draft, the NFL draft, and some more basketball. Isaiah, thank you, Joe. Isaiah. Yes, Mama. Look at even Mama. at Mama knowing her sports. Look at Mama knowing her sports. Isaiah Thomas. Oh, Joe Doom. Yes. Okay. Facts. I thought Lambert was back with all the... Baby! I said, okay, NBA is back. I was excited about that game the other day. I was like, this remind me of when the Knicks and the Pistons used to go... They used to battle it out in the playoffs. It was all... And we could... For some reason... Rodman, for some reason, y'all, we could never... who was it for us, baby Barack and Mama? Who was it that we could never get past? Oh, it was Chicago. Yep, Jordan and Rodman. Hey, got you. We about to get off here. I appreciate y'all hopping on. John Sally. It was always the Bulls, and it was always Detroit. Detroit and the Bulls was a thorn on our ass. The Knicks' ass back in the day. And I feel like it was another squad too. Was it, who was it? But I know Chicago. Yes, I know Chicago for sure. And Detroit. Oh my God. Were the two teams, baby, every time. And Boston. Thank you, Mama. And Boston gave us trouble. Like, I'm like, oh, Knicks, this is our year. We gonna win a chip. We gonna win a championship. And then the mother suckers would ruin my hopes. Always Jordan. Oh, boy, I couldn't stand Jordan back in his day. Ooh, I love Jordan now, but baby, because I was a Knicks fan, you know? I'm like, damn, we ain't never going to get a chip with this in the league. And I was happy when he retired, and we still didn't get no damn chip. Anyway, oh, yes, Joe, the Pacers. You remember when the Pacers, was it the Pacers and the Knicks that got into that brawl? Oh, my God. I remember that game. And y'all got you. The Spurs, yeah, all these people used to give us trouble. I was like, the Knicks ain't never gonna win. Not ever. We're not ever gonna get a chip. Not ever. Why? Dusty said the Bulls had to push Detroit to get there through. For real. Yeah, but baby. So I definitely be watching the game tonight. The Knicks and the Pistons. It's gonna be another good one. We all tied up. I need my Knicks to come on through my Knickerbockers and beat these damn Pistons, okay? And let's make it to the second round. Hold on 1 second. On the way in 7 minutes, a hairdresser is fired for cutting off the hair of an 11-year-old child. We'll get into it. 7 minutes right here on 98.7 KISS. Oh, yeah. How could I forget about Ron Artest? Baby. That's when, the NBA. That's why I was like, is the NBA back? Because, baby, the way they over here playing, very physical. That game was very physical, and I have a feeling it's going to be even more physical tonight. I don't know if they're in Detroit or they're playing. I think they're in Detroit, this game, because this game is going to determine who is going to leave with home court advantage. So, let's go Knicks. Y'all didn't say who y'all got in the first round of this NFL tonight. The draft is tonight. Who you think is going first? It ain't going to be Shador. I'm going to tell you that now. Because they said he not flunked, but they said he did terrible in his interview yesterday, I guess, with whoever he was interviewing with. They said, oh, the cockiness just exuded off of him. So, and I hope he doesn't get dropped down to the second round, because that ain't going to be a good look. But it might be a good look, because there have been some people drafted in the second round who have done their things. Dusty said I would love to explain a lot more. My comments ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, Dusty. I'm about to hop off because I wasn't even talking basketball. We were talking about something completely different. So I'm gonna hop off, but come back tomorrow and we'll talk some basketball tomorrow. I just wanted to bring that up because, baby, the way the Knicks and that Pistons game, I was like, ooh, it reminds me of the old NBA. All right, I love y'all for y'all. We'll do it again Monday. Have a blessed and safe weekend. Until Monday. Bye, y'all.